Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Zero and Apocalypse on Prion Terraces. In the top left of Prion Terraces, we have the red Terran player. It is Zero. And in the bottom right of Prion Terraces, we have the blue Protoss player representing Outset Gaming. It is Apocalypse. Alright, PvT on Prion Terraces. I think this is the first time I've cast this matchup on this particular map, so I'm kind of excited to bring it to you today. And this is a fairly standard map. You have your natural down here at the bottom of a ramp. It's a pretty wide ramp to hold, but again, nothing too different from a lot of the other Legacy of the Void maps out there, so don't get too concerned about it, Protoss and Terran players. It looks like both players are choosing... Nope, just kidding. Protoss is choosing to build near his own Nexus. Terran is choosing instead to wall off because why? Because Adepts. Adepts can get up here into your middle line and ruin your day, but if it's walled off, Adepts cannot get through. They cannot sonic transfer their own little phase-shifted selves through buildings, so that's very good. Although, Zero feeling confident and going for that early command center, even before barracks. Oh my goodness gracious, Zero. Alright, excited for that. Okay, so again, if you haven't heard, one bit of business here, I am looking for a new screener for my replays. I just get a lot of replays every day to falconpaladin@gmail.com, and I need somebody to go through them and find the very best for me to cast for my subscribers. I just don't have the time to do it. I have, 3 kids. I try to cast 2 StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void uploads a day. I'm casting a campaign playthrough for Legacy of the Void. And I'm also, hold down a full-time job and go to the gym and all that other stuff you have to do as an adult. So again, anybody who wants to help me out with that, please let me know at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and we'll have a discussion and see if it's something that you are suited for. Alright, scouting with an SCV. What is going on, camera? Weirding me out. There we go. SCV moving on across the map, getting some scouting off, seeing, oh, thank goodness, the Protoss player is not going for any early harass, because there is a Nexus here. So the timing on the Adept is going to be a little bit late, which means that Zero's gamble actually paid off. So well played indeed. These guys might know each other just because it was pretty much a blind super macro opening. And that's something I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing in this matchup unless I knew the other player was also going for a super macro type opening. So again, Zero and Apocalypse might be friends. I don't know for sure though. Barracks coming on up. 3 barracks, in fact, for Zero. Really making up for lost time. Getting those Marines out. Marines not that great against Adepts. They do get 2-shot by those tricksy units. But if you have enough of them, they do a little bit better. So Marines are just kind of like that. In low numbers, they're not that great. But in high numbers, they are scary balls of death that can tear through almost anything in the game. Command center on the way. Just kidding. Orbital command is up and running for Zero. I don't know why I said that. Nexus pulling down those probes from Shakoris, I guess, right now, and putting them to work. The Adept is moving out across the map, but I think there's going to be... There's actually not a bunker. And hey, is this music? Is this remastered Broodwar Protoss music? I think it is. I think it's remastered Protoss music. Made to sound better, but it's the same. Yeah, it's kind of like a remix with higher quality. I like what you're doing, Blizzard. I like you're bringing back the nostalgia for the StarCraft players back in the day, showing them that you love them. And at the same time, showing them they're in the new century in 2015, and things can be awesome here too. And this is Terran music. Normal Terran music, not nostalgic at all. Alright, so again, 32 harvesters to 36 total probes. The Protoss player making full use of that Chrono Boost technology, also creating a warp prism out of this robo facility. Going to try some harass. Some Adept harass would be pretty good up here. There's not a missile turret. There's not a bunker. 2-shotting a lot of these SCVs would really help Apocalypse get the win in this game. Oh yeah, also while I have you, I just want to go ahead and mention my store. If you haven't seen that yet, there's a link to it in the description. You can buy Falcon Paladin t-shirts. You can buy StarCraft 2 t-shirts. There's some cool stuff incorporating the American flag into the StarCraft logo. One of my subscribers asked if the store creator could actually make a t-shirt with the Zerg logo and the German flag instead of the American flag, and he said, yeah, absolutely. So if you have a custom t-shirt idea you want to submit, go ahead and let him know. There's a request custom order button on the Etsy store site, so go ahead and hit him up. Let him know what you want to do, and we can make stuff happen. So again, it's not just what's available on the screen. You can make your own shirts, and we'll print them for you and send them to your house. All right, so Marines heading out here for Zero. What is this? Is he waiting for Stim? I guess he's waiting for Stim. Warp Prism, though, heading up here already with 4 Adepts inside it. Will probably warp in more once it gets here, but the Marines are right at the front door. Is there anything to hold this off? Mothership Core, if the guy gets taken down, that is huge. Does manage to escape over into the dead area here, but these Marines and this Marauder causing a ton of damage. Adepts coming in here into the main base of Zero as well, killing a whole ton of workers. Meanwhile, Zero's trying to take down this Nexus. There's not a pylon here. There's not actually a pylon to photon overcharge. Probes are being forced to pull off the line, and no, the Nexus falls anyway. 2 Adepts and an Immortal accenting the attack here and finally cleaning up this attack, but at what cost? I don't know. Adepts, however, are still alive, killing so many SCVs. 12 SCVs have died. 10 probes have died. Both players just doing so much damage and wrecking the other player's economy at this point. The Adept finally gets destroyed and evaporated, and both players could take a breath and say, ooh, that was not pleasant. Again, looking at the count once more, 13 SCVs have died to 10 probes, 15 Marines and a Marauder for the Terran player, and only 4 Adepts and a Nexus, I guess, for Apocalypse. So losing that Nexus is never a good thing at all. Look at all this lost mining time. The income tab is definitely going to favor the Terran at this point, and it is. At 1,100 minerals to 800 gas, not fantastic whatsoever. Resources lost tab, 1,500 minerals, 25 gas for the Terran, 1,300 minerals, and 100 gas for the Protoss player. And getting rid of that unit's lost tab. Once again, thanks to the creator of the Servant Obs interface for getting rid of this, allowing me to get some more usable screen space here and also fixing that resources lost tab. Really fantastic stuff from him. I super duper appreciate it. Here comes a drop with Marines and Marauders in double medevac coming down the middle of the map, coming along probably into the main base. Stalkers are warping in. There is a pylon. Is there only one pylon here? Is this an Artosis pylon, Apocalypse? Good gravy, I think it is. Oh, Apocalypse, if you lose because this pylon dies, I'm going to be so sad. Anyways, everybody coming back home to the main base. I think that might have gotten spotted. No, heading back out again. I don't think he knows about this. The drop coming in, the probe accidentally scouting it and stimming right on in is Zero, taking out those pylons. And does he see the Artosis pylon? No, he's going after the Forge, getting the Forge, stopping the upgrade, getting the Twilight Council as well, stopping this. No, it's a Resonating Glaives upgrade, and he does actually end up getting it. Marauders are falling, but no, the Medevacs get away with the majority of their units and then coming back in. Oops, landing on the low ground. I think that was an accident, but healing up anyway. Picking up, then landing on the high ground. There we go. I think that was the intent all along. To stem back on in here. Is there a replacement pylon? There was not a replacement pylon. Here they come. Here they come again. They're going to kill this Twilight Council, forcing the cancel there. And going after probes. Again, not recognizing the importance of this pylon. Photon overcharge, getting some shots off. Almost killing a Marauder. Not quite. Adepts coming in as well. A little bit too late. And the attack picks up and moves off. Third Nexus on the way, but 2 more drops. 2 more dropships coming down from the top side. Medevacs, a push-up from Apocalypse. He needs to stop the bleeding. Can he push through this front door? There are no units in these bunkers. So I'm going to go with probably. This is weird. This is weird indeed. Zero, why didn't you have any defensive units left over? I guess he's really counting on this to work. Adepts are trying to stand in and kill those Marines, forced to retreat. However, Mothership Core coming in to throw down another Photon Overcharge and get this rid of this army again. Double Medevac drop coming in here to the natural base, unloading, going after these workers. Nothing to defend here either. Moving up the front door to the base is Apocalypse, tearing through the supply depots, going after bunkers. I think this is officially a base race at this point. Mothership Core coming on in with so few hit points left, throwing down a Photon Overcharge to kill these Medevacs, and yes, got rid of those, but what about the rest of the units here on the ground, staying out of range of that Overcharge, killing gateways, killing assimilators, the army moving on up again, some Marines and some Marauders trying to get rid of this. SCVs coming from behind. Can they do enough DPS to actually get rid of this Protoss army? If they can clean this up, they're going to win the game. Zero, losing so many Marines and so many Marauders here. The Adepts just tearing through the Marine balls. The Immortals killing stuff as well. Medevacs dropping more units, dropping Widow Mines. Oh, but no, the Widow Mines get killed before they can actually burrow. The army is here going after the Nexus. They kill the entire Nexus. Probes retreating for their lives to come up to this gold base, get additional income, doing what they can. But oh, additional Widow Mines popping out. 2 kills on that Widow Mine, coming on in, trying to kill what he can with this small army is Apocalypse. SCVs are being killed here, but once again, if this army gets cleaned up, I think Apocalypse is done for. At this point, the army has found the gold base, warping in Adepts to try to kill this Mothership Core here. Can double Photon Overcharge if she wants to, but I don't think the Terran army is going to move into a range of it, to be entirely honest with you. And the units are slowly getting cleaned up here. The sentry is getting whittled down by these SCVs, and they actually get it. Holy smokes, Immortals and Stalkers killing so many SCVs here. Widow Mines. Instead, Immortal kiting back 21 kills on that Immortal. 22 now, good gravy. But this base now falls to the Marines and the Marauders, chasing these probes away. Concussive shell catching individual probes and making them get destroyed. This army needs to come over and try to deal with these groups because they are killing so many probes. Immortal is still alive, but it's 21-7 total harvesters in favor of Apocalypse. This is coming down to the wire. Ladies and gentlemen, finally the Marines should be able to kill the Immortal, and they do, exploding into a great gout of blue flame. Small army dropping back into the main base. Here is Zero. The army is here and waiting for them. And here it is, the big clash. Adepts and Immortals coming on in against Marines and Marauders. A single Marine does die, another one dies, and a Marauder dies. Oh, a little bit careless there from Zero, and Apocalypse using his army to the best of his ability. Here we are 10 minutes into the game, and I don't know who's going to win at this point. Apocalypse has the advantage in the income, but I think the army advantage is going to go to the Terran player right now. Marauders and Marines with Medivacs overhead, and some Widow Mines against 2 Immortals and 5 Adepts, as well as a Warp Prism and 2 Sentries. I just don't know if it's enough for Apocalypse. The continued pressure coming in for Zero, bringing down additional Marines and Widow Mines and Medivacs, and Apocalypse continuing to create a Nexus as well as a Mothership Core. Really needs that. More Sentries as well, and an Observer. APM right now for both players about 150 throughout this game. It has been non-stop action left and right. Replacing this Nexus for the second time in the game is just so sad. Loading on in, a bit out of range of Apocalypse's army, and here comes the pincer attack, left side and right side. The Protoss units, Guardian Shield going down as well, but Widow Mine shots killing an Adept. Adepts are starting to fall, but units are dying as well here for the Terran army. Widow Mines getting cleaned up. And that might have been a fair exchange for both players, if we're entirely honest with ourselves. Mothership Core is out. That's exactly what Apocalypse needs to survive this. Trying to come out the front ramp. No, Zero decides to back on out. Being very careful indeed. More and more reinforcements coming out across the map here. It is 2 base to 2 base, 23-15 total harvesters, but Mules are super good for Terran. It's 500, 600 to 700, basically on tap. On track here to be catching up with the Protoss player in terms of economy. Warp Prism heading out. Apocalypse knows he cannot just sit down and wait for the Terran player to come kill him. He needs to go out and be aggressive, and he is going to send some units out to that effect. It looks like 2 Adepts probably warping more in, but here comes a big, huge attack here, taking down Sentries immediately. Double Photon Overcharge coming up, staying out of range of the Overcharge, though, is Zero. Only 2 units can attack, but as they come on in, there's a great concave from these Marines and these Marauders with the +1/+1 attack. An Adept gets destroyed almost immediately. Going after this gateway, the gateway does fall. Photon Overcharge used once more, kills a single Marine. And more reinforcements come in. This is not looking good at all for Apocalypse. Kind of stuck back in the corner. Not all of his units can actually attack. This is not good for the Protoss player at all. Slowly whittling down this Marine count with the Adepts, but Adepts are also falling. Adepts in the natural base, killing Marines as best they can, but reinforcement Marines come on in. Can the Adepts get rid of these two-shotting the Marines as they are able to do? Oh, one Adept ends up dead. The Marauder comes in at the same time and explodes. The major attack once again. Photon Overcharge being used to its best possible effect. Marines are falling, but the Marauder count is looking fairly scarily as well. The Immortal taking a ton of damage. 7 kills on that. It does end up getting destroyed. Apocalypse, what does he have left? Can he possibly come back at this game, bringing probes to try to defend? I guess with the probes, no, transferring them down here, warping in Adepts at the back of the line. The Mothership Core does have enough for one more Photon Overcharge. It is up, but the pylon falls. Oh no, backing out is Zero, coming back around again, healing up with the Medivac. Are there only Marauders left? There are only Marauders left. Mothership Core trying to kill these Marauders, but they have that +1 attack and that stim. Look how quickly that Nexus is going to fall here. I don't think there's anything Apocalypse can do. He's forced to pull probes off the line to try to deal with this, and getting a full surround. No, almost gets the surround on the Marauders. Can't quite do it. Reinforcing Marines and Marauders, and Widow Mines coming right on in. The Adept's days are numbered, and the Adept does end up falling. Widow Mine comes in, burrows in the face of the attack from the Mothership Core. The Adepts, oh boy, trying to run back, and that's it. Apocalypse leaves the game. Zero is victorious, and that's it for our Protoss player. Holy crap. That was an action-packed game if I've ever cast one before. Both players just consistently harassing units. Lost tab here. Let's take a look at that. 51 SCVs died. 51 probes died. Exactly perfect harassment from both of these players. 63 Marines, 18 Marauders, 2 Medevacs end up getting destroyed. 5 Immortals, 37 Adepts, 6 Stalkers, and a Zealot get taken out along with 11 Sentries for our Protoss player, as well as these buildings. I think that was huge. Losing the Twilight Council essentially twice, a Forge, 3 Nexus get destroyed. That's a big deal. No command centers dying for 0 here. And just the continued pressure, the standard Heart of the Swarm tactics from 0 continue to work for him on the Legacy of the Void ladder. I'm not sure if Blizzard needs to fix that or not, but Protoss players probably think that is the case. All right, so I'm going to take a deep breath here. Going to slow things down. Okay, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And also visit my new store. There's a link in the description, as well as on the end slate where the nice, pretty music plays. Visit C-Beats at SoundCloud. There's a link to him also in the description. Support him by buying his tracks. He provides the awesome entertainment for you when the game is over. So again, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate everybody who has been subscribing. I'm close to 3,000 subs, or if I haven't hit it already by today, I'm not sure when I'll actually post this. So thanks again to everybody who has hit that subscribe button so far. I love each and every one of you. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.